Okay. What collaboration experience did you have working with teachers in international settings?
Well, my first and best collaborative experience was with Miss Kinney, who was my partner teacher in Tuxtla Gutierrez in Chiapas, which is the southernmost state of Mexico for you geographically challenged folk. It's also one of the poorest states in Mexico. It's also the home of the Zapatistas and that land reform movement. So there's a lot going on down there. When I got down there, there were no textbooks for the first grade or second grade English course I was supposed to be teaching, and not a whole lot of guidance. So when I sat down with Miss Kinney, I was hoping to get some more guidance, and then I learned that her English was as bad as my Spanish. In fact, she thought it was even a little worse. So we sat in front of Google Translate, and we put together a second grade curriculum that aligned with SEP, is what they call their Department of Public Instruction. I think it stands for Secretariat Education
Program.
something. Anyhow, we went through the SEP standards for second grade and talked about the kind of background knowledge that our children had, and some of the local tribes of the area of southern Mexico. So we wanted to start from micro to macro and bring the children's awareness to a wider world view. But we also used the International Baccalaureate methodology,
Super.
which made everything so much more interesting. Because instead of saying, okay, master this standard, it was more of asking children questions about, what is your place in the world? How do you interact with the world? How does the world interact with you? What are your responsibilities in the world? And so right away, we started with critical thinking skills from day one. And I think it's just a much more enjoyable way to learn. It's definitely a much more enjoyable way to teach. It's a much more enjoyable way to plan. And I think our year was a great success. Ironically, when we got down there, when I first arrived in Mexico and met some of the other English-speaking teachers from Canada and South Africa and England, I was surprised at how much, especially a couple of teachers, complained about not having a set curriculum. And I was surprised at this because I've always felt stifled by having a set curriculum. And it was the freedom that I viewed from not having a curriculum, from being able to build a curriculum with the kids and the parents and the teachers that you're working with. And they found that as a negative. So it's really interesting. We all look at the world through our own filter.
That's right.